Hi, I wanted to show you something I learned from the Elementary Music Summit this past weekend, the January refresh. 30 years into teaching, I love learning new things at conferences, but I also love when something just rejuvenates an idea that I forgot I've done before. And this one was the teacher who was using backbeats to help her students improvise. I was like, oh my goodness, that's so great. Now, she was using YouTube videos, which is fantastic. You could do it that way, or you could just hit the drum beat on your synthesizer. That would work as well. But I want to show you just something new in UStudio so you and your students could actually do this together. So I'm going to jump right into UStudio here. And here we are in UStudio, and UStudio just updated something, and this is why I'm excited to try this now with my students. We're going to do Valentine, Valentine, will you be my Valentine? So we're going to set it to C pentatonic major, I love that it does that, and just bring this down to about 96 and keep everything else as is. I'm going to go over to sounds, but I'm going to go into packs now, and I'm going to go into full and instruments. There's so many ones that you can explore, and they're fabulous because they're school age. I'm going to go into Empress Linoleum Artist Pack. You can read about her here, and the students, we would start with full drums. This is how I would do it in my classroom. I would either do a wheel of names and the student would come up and pick one, or I would just choose two of these and say, do a vote. Like heads down, thumbs up, and do a vote. So we might choose between In the Club, drum beat one, or this one here. If we like it, we double click and it goes in. And now it's going to change its tempo, as you can hear right here. Fabulous. And it's already 8, so I'm just going to keep that at 8 measures and loop. But if I wanted to split it, I would take the split tool and split where I needed to. And of course, if that's not what I wanted to do, I'd undo and put my split back to select. So it's now ready to loop, and it has that ready. We're going to add another one. I would have the students help me add a bass. Only has 2. Let's listen. Excellent. We're going to double click and add it in. When it does this, don't worry, just give it a second. We'll come back. And now let's make sure it's balanced. Fabulous. So you have your sliders right here. Great. This is how I would do this. I would add one more actually. And what I would add here is something with strings. Since she doesn't have strings in hers, we would go back to the packs and look for strings. Cool. And maybe, I don't know, we're always looking for a major. So let's listen to this one. Not quite. Or this one. Those are so pretty. I'm not sure if they're going to hit this beat though. All right, if you added it, let's see what that sounds like in there. Now, I only did it half. You can loop it like this, but maybe we'll just add it here in the middle. And let's take a listen. We can work on this. Now, your students might not find that part cool enough with the other two, and that's okay. But I'm going to mute it. Then my students, I would tell them, we get in a circle, I lay the instruments out. The instruments would be in C pentatonic for the pitched, and I also have non-pitched instruments. And we would do this as a rondo form. So the A section would be them singing Valentine, Valentine over this rhythm. Notice I muted this. When they finish singing and it goes back, then I would say pitched instrument gets ready to improvise using the rhythm of the words. Ready, go. And they would do that to the Valentine. Here's where I'd unmute this to give it a little bit different. So that would have a nice little different ring to it on the B section. Go back to A, they sing. On the C section, this is where my non-pitched would take a motive. So either Valentine or Please Be Mine, and switch around the motive. Maybe they go, Please Be Mine, Valentine, Valentine. So that would work really well, and then that would be unmuted again. And then we mute and sing. Every time we sing, we'd switch instruments. So this could be a really great way to improvise and have a fun backbeat that your students would really get into because they would create it with you. So if you don't have Music First Elementary, you don't have access to UStudio, which is an amazing digital audio workstation that is web-based, works on Chromebooks, works on iPads, and you can score movies on it, then I would suggest finding the link either in my bio or in the description and get the 30-day free trial and try this out this month in your classroom and let me know how it goes.